Let me start now with the main chapter of capital budgeting, which is what we need to understand first. Let me see if this is there. Yes, this one. But initially, this now, just now, whatever I did was only the basics of capital budgeting for you to understand the logic of discounting and all that. Now we will purely look at what is capital budgeting. In that context, we will try to understand. Now you know the reason why we are doing, because there's a need for doing this, because otherwise your decision making will all go wrong. Your decision making will all go wrong. Okay, so let me briefly tell some part of it so that you understand. It involves the process of decision making with regard to investments in capital project, which are mainly long term. That's why the returns are expected over long term period, right? So it's for a long term period. We always look at long. That's why this comes. So there are various techniques which we talk about. One is the your simple payback. That is nothing but when you are how many you have a benchmark. I need the money in 5 years. Are you getting the returns in 5 years? If you're not getting in return, then you cancel. That is simple payback. Discounted payback is you are getting the money, you are using discounting technique to calculate the number of years. You are going to use discounting method. Here you are not doing discounting. You are not doing discounting. Here you are doing discounting. That is the present value calculation you are doing. Payback reciprocal is another method. Accounting average rate of return, net present value, profitability index, internal rate. These are all various methods of calculating, taking decision making as far as investments and capital projects are concerned. So let us look at one by one. What are the things? Payback period, simple payback. Uniform cash flows are involved. Suppose same figure you are getting every month, every year, you are going to get the same inflow, uniform inflow. What you do? Payback period is equal to initial investments divided by CFAT per annum. For example, suppose you are getting, in this case, what we did, 1 lakh was the outflow, initial investments, and we are getting 20,000 each year as inflow, same. Then what payback period is? How much? Payback is 1 lakh is your investment divided by every year you are going to get inflow as 20,000. That means your payback period is 5 years. Now, if you think that your payback period should be at 4 years, but you need the return in 4 years, but you're getting in 5 years, that means you will not accept the project. You will not accept the project. So, accept if payback period is less than the maximum benchmark period, else reject the project. That means my benchmark is 4 years, but actually my payback period is coming to 5 years. Therefore, you reject. Suppose your benchmark is 6 years, by which you need the return, and you are getting it in 5 years, then you can accept it. The same logic here, when differential cash flows are involved, then how do you do? Then you have to take cumulative each year. There is no discounting here, mind you. You are taking each year separately. Suppose you are getting first year, zero is 1 lakh. First year you are getting, what did we do? 20,000. Second year, how much did you get? 40,000. Therefore, cumulative is 60. Third year, how much did you get? 50. Therefore, you crossed 110 between this figure, second and the third. Second and the third. Therefore, it is between 2 years and third year. How do we now find out the months? Very simple. In this between second and third year, 50,000 you've done. Therefore, in a period of 12 months, you are actually doing 50,000 in 12 months. But from 40 to 1 lakh, 40 to 1 lakh is your becoming, you are achieving it. How many inflow is required? Only 40. Therefore, if you do normal ratio proportion, you can calculate 12 months divided by 50,000 into 40,000. That is equal to how many months? So you cancel this. 12 divided by 5 into 4, how many months it's coming to? Please tell me how much is coming to. 12 divided by 5 into 4, approximately 9.6 months. Therefore, your payback period is how many years? 2 years and approximately 10 months. Now, if your benchmark is 3 years, then you should reject it. Now, here what we have done, we just calculated each and we are taking cumulative. This is cumulative. This is 20. Next 20 plus 40, 60. 40 plus P, 110. Now, when is this becoming, when it is achieving that bare minimum of 1 lakh, they're recovering that 1 lakh. It is recovering it in the third year. That means between second and third year. That is the third year basically. In third year, they are doing 50,000. Therefore, in 12 months, 50,000. But I need only 40,000 to reach that 1 lakh. Therefore, 40,000 will be achieved in 9.6 months. Therefore, your payback period is 2 years and 10 months. This is in months, huh? That's how you're getting this. So you can decide whether if your payback period is 3 years, then you should not take it. If it is 2 years, then you can take it. Now, what is payback reciprocal? Very simple. In this case, your CFAT per annum is 20,000. Suppose a uniform divided by 1 lakh is your. Now this we used here. See, here we said 1 lakh by 20,000. Therefore, payback reciprocal is 1 divided by payback period. That means you are reversing it. The same thing reverse way. That is also a calculation. So this is coming to 20%. Payback period is equal to 20% or 1/5, whatever way you look at it. It is the reverse of payback period. That's why it's saying 1 divided by payback period. Now, accounting rate of return. Determine the net investments. Net investment, suppose there is scrap value that has to be removed. So here in this case, suppose it is 1 lakh less salvage value. That is what is it saying? PAT, profit after taxes, CFAT less depreciation. Total PAT for how many? Total project life, how much is your PAT? Compute average PAT. Compute average PAT means suppose you are getting, in our case, 20,000 plus 40,000 plus 50,000 is equal to 1 lakh 10. Therefore, average PAT is 1 lakh 10 divided by 3. That is equal to how much? 1 lakh 10 divided by 3. That is 36,666. Therefore, ARR is equal to average PAT, that is 36,666 divided by 1 lakh. .36. Percentage means you have to multiply by 100. So up to this we have done. Now we will make do problem. So what is the problem?